It seems like individuals ought to have paid attention to Dave Chappelle in light of the fact that he has been attempting to send an advance notice message about frightening Hollywood climate for quite a long time, as Dave has consistently said that unexpected problems don't arise out of the blue. And as per his new assertion, the episode with Jamie Foxx's hospitalization might have been fastidiously arranged. Yet how could somebody need such an extraordinary individual as Jane disposed of? We should dive into the subtleties of this story. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Station. It's extremely difficult to accept that somebody who might be listening wished to hurt Jimmy Foxx. Yet with so little data about his well-being state, it appears as though he's been designated by Hollywood detestable powers. Well, essentially, Dave Chappelle, except so the entertainer, is known for uncovering the grimy situation in the Broadway and isn't apprehensive about talking how the business disposes of VIPs. And it generally occurs around a period in their profession where it appears like they're getting throughout the following level this time. Dave uncovered that Jamie Foxx had turned into another objective well. These two may not be hamburger, yet assuming that you recollect Jamie saved Dave's life in 2022, assuming that you some way or another missed the story, the Oscar-winning entertainer purportedly assisted Dave with fending off a man's stage and handled the jokester during his stand-up set at the Hollywood Bowl. From that point forward, Dave has been only thankful. And he even referenced what a caring soul Jamie has forever been saying: at whatever point you're in a tough situation, Jamie Foxx will appear in a sheriff's cap. Well, it appears as though it's Dave's chance to save Jamie on the grounds that the entertainer is certainly in a difficult situation, considering the way that his unexpected issue occurrence goes on for over 1 month now, with practically no updates about the entertainer's genuine condition, and no authority proclamations in the press from Jamie's family. As a matter of fact, when the entertainer was hospitalized, his girl, Corinne Foxx, requested the protection by means of her Instagram and would not give any subtleties from that second on driving fans, considering what might have conceivably happened to their #1 entertainer for the entire month. We've been hearing the narratives how specialists are running tests to get to the reason for James' medical services. And a few sources even express that James is en route to recuperation at last. James supposedly shared a post on his virtual entertainment, saying thanks to everybody for adoration and backing anyway. Even with this large number of happy updates, it seems like this occurrence is very obscure. And with the police visiting the entertainer in the emergency clinic, many individuals recommended that this puzzling complexity was an effort to end Jamie's life. Well, abrupt coronary failures and strokes are no information in Hollywood, and as Dave House of Prayer is persuaded they have never been a happenstance, the comic expresses that such things could be handily coordinated by means of harming. And I have close to zero insight into you all, yet this multitude of abrupt occurrences with superstars look very dubious, and as per Dave, James has turned into one more objective of and comparative thing. Previously happened to comic Martin Lawrence in 1996, when he was captured and later hospitalized for his apparently hazardous way of behaving. As per the observers, Lawrence ran into Occupy traffic in Los Angeles, shouting at vehicles and behaving like a psycho. And the most terrifying part, the comic had a stacked gun in his control. The police were strongly putting their arms around Martin, attempting to hold him down, since he was battling so a lot and hollering things like "battle, don't surrender, battle." The influence, Martin was powerfully hospitalized. And later, the press gave reports about the humorist not taking his prescriptions and fundamentally marking him an insane individual. And as though it wasn't enough for Martin's experiencing, 3 years after this episode, he slipped into a state of unconsciousness, allegedly after an intensity stroke and kidney trouble. No examination was held after that in spite of Martin's basic state. And keeping in mind that it might appear to be only a despondent incident, clearly Dave Chappelle had his own viewpoint on this episode, and he imparted his perspectives to a questioner in 2006. saying, "Let me ask you this, what's going on in Hollywood? That a person that intense would be on the road, waving a firearm, shouting they're attempting to kill me. What's happening?" Great Dave is presently certain that exactly the same thing is occurring with Jamie Foxx. And that is the reason he is being held in medical clinic for a month, currently vigorously sedated. Yet Dave isn't the main individual who accepts that a few powers are in charge in the stage. And our #1 connivance rapper, Kanye West, likewise uncovered the poisonous culture of Hollywood, saying that it's not difficult to screw up with individuals' brains, and even dispense with them with the assistance of meds and synthetic substances, role damage they need to adapt and damage. While it might seem like an insane talk, well, such thing likewise happened to West himself in 2016 when he was hospitalized and put on mental hold, while it was referenced that Wes experienced pressure and depletion, which sounds precisely like Jamie Foxx's case. The rapper quickly felt that something was very obscure evidently. After West begun to uncover the obscure condition of the business, he was compromised by VIP coach Harley Pasternak, who vowed to systematize the rapper so he would be cured into Zombieland everlastingly. While everything might seem to be an incident, it's not what Dave Chappelle thinks. And this large number of occurrences just demonstrate that something is occurring in the business and individuals are basically being taken out
Liberated
from the
attempting to
brutal
break.
machine. Dave himself was fortunate to stay away from all dramatizations and embarrassments since he quit his show in 2005. And there were a ton of claims about the genuine motivation behind why he had left in sanctuary. Needed to address every one of the bits of gossip about him being deranged or utilizing medication. And he said, "I'm not insane. I'm not smoking rocks," as Dave said the business was lying about him, and attempted to show him in the bed light. There were things that overpowered me yet. Not in the manner that individuals are saying I haven't spent any of the cash. Everything about celebrating and taking break isn't correct, definitely, when Dave chose to leave $50 million arrangement. Everybody was stunned yet, as he later made sense of during his meeting to Oprah Winfrey, it didn't have anything to do with cash. And he essentially needed to save his life and his mental stability. I was leaving the conditions, well, as Dave is currently telling, exactly the same thing is occurring with Jamie Foxx. And the entertainer couldn't get away from the Hollywood creepy grasp in time, and his hospitalization was arranged by the powers that monitor everybody. Many fans find his thinking very credible in light of the fact that there are no updates about the entertainer's state for over a month now. And who can say for sure the thing drugs is being given this time, as one client composed 3 to about a month worth of test and perception. And he truly hasn't surfaced to basically say he's great. And doing approve something isn't arranging. And another client added, "My considerations are that after James' resources and business undertakings are all sorted out, they will declare that he has died. I likewise accept that his girl realizes reality, yet can't talk on it on the grounds that exactly the same thing can happen to her, or she unexpectedly loses all what she has." Well, Jamie Foxx has never been dangerous for the Broadway, and everybody is of high assessment on this man, both as an entertainer and a person. Jamie over and again showed us how great and compassionate he has forever been. Nevertheless, it seems like even such humble human can be tired of Hollywood and its insane principles. Apparently, Jamie attempted live by his own guidelines, yet the business didn't permit him to do that. It might have all begun when the entertainer declared his arrangements to coordinate his own film b-ball-driven satire top pick end of the week. Yet he confronted various confusions as of now at the phase of the content, and later it was declared that the creation was endlessly racked. Formally, it was expressed that the film creation was dropped because of projecting issues, which appears to be very peculiar thinking about that. Jamie Foxx welcomed many rundown celebs to take an interest in his film, and everybody was delighted to help the entertainer in his first time at the helm. In addition to it was reference that the parody was at that point in after creation, so it really seemed to be a faltering reason, and the genuine foundation of this wiping out runs way more profound than we suspect regardless of this lamentable development. James kept functioning as an entertainer, and obviously the creation of the film he had been dealing with before his unexpected issue is as of now wrapped without his presence. It seems like somebody attempts to take out each hint of James' presence. And notwithstanding the public buzz, numerous celebs abstain from examining anything connected with the entertainer. It just adds to hypotheses that Hollywood celebs definitely know it all, and a couple of them, like Dave Chappelle, set out to approach and denounce the Hollywood elites. In focusing on one more guiltless individual, while there is a colossal conviction that Jamie Foxx is being sedated in the clinic, the entertainer's fans got no update aside from that post, supposedly made by the entertainer himself anyway. There were no photographs highlighting his face. So it's difficult to tell whether James truly posted that distribution, and whether he is really conscious and responsive. As many sources attempt to persuade us, there is certainly something off-putting continuing thinking about that the entertainer has been supplanted on his show Best Shazam for this season, while the charges why Jamie Foxx is being held in clinic for such a long time, and whether specialists truly help him or modify his psyche with destructive drugs, continue filling the virtual entertainment. One thing's without a doubt, this isn't simply pressure or fatigue. And like numerous different superstars, Martin Lawrence, Kanye West, and even Dave Chappelle himself, Jamie, has turned into an objective of elites for attempting to escape their control. As one individual remarked, these evil individuals and elements that are hurting people for the sake of the devilish one will all need to bite the bullet. They have no humankind left in them. Application.